So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're going to talk about the fourth album by the band Svalbard, and it's called The Weight of the Mask. And this is the band's fourth album, and they're a band from England, and they have post-hardcore, but they mix other type of metal. There's a lot of black gaze, some shoegaze elements to the band, and they keep improving. On their last albums, they're more lenient on the heavier sides, but they started to experiment with more dreamy soundscapes, if you will. And on their fourth album, this is their most experimental yet. I think their lead vocalist, Serena Sherry, is an amazing vocalist, and I love it how she can portray anger with harsh vocals, but also very beautiful soft cleans when she can, and they mix so well together. And this album is not a concept album per se, but The Weight of the Mask is an album that deals with themes of depression, mental health, anxiety, and love. And these themes are explored on these 9 tracks and 44 minutes in a very interesting way. I can say right out of the bat that the flow of this album to me is flawless. I like how it begins from the beginning note of Faking It to the end of The Wilt Beneath the Weight. I think this is an album that the placing of the songs was brilliant, and I like the production on this album a lot because everything sounds so crisp. It's an album that obviously lyrically it's very bleak. It's not a happy record, but they do something with the guitar tone on this record that I think even the songs are so harsh and so bleak and dark and not full of a lot of hope. I think the guitar melody that they use brings like a little bit of hopefulness to the songs. And I really love the guitar tone on this album. I think the guitar tone is one of the best things on this album. Lyrically, this is like reading Serena's diary, as she explained on an interview that I saw, and it's very personal. Before, on their latest, the records that they had before, they would talk about political themes and some, not everything personal, but on this one, it's a look inward, like to face your inner demons. And the Faking It, which is the first song on the album, is great because it deals with how people who suffer from depression have to put up like a smile face and a mask to let other people know that they're fine, even though if their world is crumbling down. And the way that they do it on this track, it's so perfect. The vocals, when it's like the screaming, the harsh gutturals, you can feel the pain and of the person who's singing, who's having to put on this fake mask so people don't know how they're really feeling inside. And it's a great track. The guitars here are amazing. The drumming also top notch. And then they have a song called Eternal Spirits, that on that one they're paying homage to rock stars or other musicians that have died in the past. I read that it's more centered about Joey Jordison from Slipknot. And at the end of this song, they have like a very nice chanting, like a chanting vocal effect that really is great. But fear not, there are some great rocking tracks on this album, like Defiance. That's one of the hardest tracks on the record. Be My Tomb. That song is so emotional and so heavy guitar driven, and it starts with like a great drum beat to it. And the ending song, To Wilt Beneath the Weight, is also a very heavy track. But for me, I love it when the band dials it down a little bit and gets more introspective, more in the shoegaze, black gaze sound of things, because it really sounds black gaze in the way that they sing. For example, there's songs like Pillar in the Sand and November, which they both have harsh vocals, but they start more serene. For example, November starts almost like a spoken word from Serena, and it's really good. And then it gets built up, and then it turns into a pure black gaze song with some really fast drumming and blast beats. But it takes its time. Then Pillar of Sand is more softer. There's a great guitar melody to it, and I like the clean vocals on that one. And they use some harsher vocals, but not that much. But to me, the standout track of this album, and possibly my favorite song of the year so far, is How to Swim Down. This is just a beautiful track. Something that they do here is that they use violin. Liam, the other guitar player, rhythm guitar player, and also he sings backup vocals in some of the harsher vocals, does an incredible violin here, and it really sounds so beautiful. This song, I like the subject matter of this song because this is about unrequited love. It's about loving someone from afar, but they don't know that you love them. So you're like suffering inside because you love this person, but you can't say it, or they will never know. And Serena, being a gamer, uses like an analogy of being a healer in an RPG game, because the healers, they heal people that are wounded from afar, so they take care of them, but they never engage with that person. And I thought it's brilliant that she uses her love of games and puts it to this song. This is the most shoegaze dream pop song on this record, but it's people will feel like, oh, it's not heavy metal enough. You know what? This is a heavy and emotional record, and to me, when they go for the emotional side of things, emotion is as heavy as any guitar can be, and that's, to me, is why How to Swim Down is one of my favorite tracks of this year, hands down. It's just a beautiful track, and it's a different track from the band, and it's song number 6, so it's almost in the middle. And I just love this track because of the chances that they took and how well it sounds. But yeah, then it goes into the song Be My Tomb, and great track as well. The album, to me as a whole, is it has the heaviness with the beautiful. So it's like a mixture of like heavy with beautiful, and it creates an amazing sounding record. To me, this is the band's best record to date, and I can't just say enough good things about this album. Lyrically, it's so strong. I think Serena really pours her heart into these lyrics, and it's so personal that it takes a lot of courage to get that personal on a record and show it to the world. I didn't interview this band, but my friend, the Metal Tris, had an interview with Serena Sherry that he has on his channel. I'm gonna post the link because I saw that interview, and she goes way more deep into what this record is all about, and it's just an amazing interview. So what do you think of The Weight of the Mask by Svalbard? Have you heard of this band? What are your favorite tracks? Comment, I would really wanna know. And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like, and do not forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you, and good night.